Hello and welcome to another multiplayer battle on Call of Warhammer Beginning of the End Times. Today we're going to be playing Dark Elves, me as Dark Elves, and Chaos Undivided will be played by Cornflakes. This battle I decided to deploy on the hill because I have a unit of, I'll go for the army compositions. I have a unit of Dark Elf mages or sorceresses and 4 units of the Dark Shards, which are the repeater crossbows of the Dark Elves. They can decimate armies. I think I've got 4 units of Dread Spears and 4 units of Bleak Swords. I also have, I think, 4 units of the Cold One Knights, and finally I have a unit of Blackguard of Nagaron, which I forgot about in the deployment. I'd already hit start deployment and they're way out there, so I'll have to run them back. My opponent has a very powerful army for Chaos. It consists of, firstly, Keeper of Secrets, a unit of Mounted Demonettes, which are probably one of the best cavalry units in the game for speed and HP. Chosen Knights of Nurgle, Chaos Warrior Halberds, and I think 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 units of Marauders, including Desolators, and then our 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 or 5 units of Chaos Warriors, chosen of Slaanesh, who look rather cool with their pink and gold. I think they look nice models for them. And a unit of Huskarls, which have javelins, which are armor piercing, which are quite effective. And he has another 2 units of Shield Maidens. You don't see Shield Maidens used that often, but I think they're quite cheap, and I think they've got higher defense values than attack, so they're a good holding unit for Chaos. Oh, and a unit of Flamers of Zench or Zinch. So that's his army. Let's begin the battle. I wasn't sure if he knew or was expecting me to deploy on a hill, but he does have. Oh yeah, that reminds me as well. I'm pretty sure he had an artillery piece, which is a hell cannon. He has a hell cannon right here. Unfortunately, my army is rather light on the melee infantry, which is why I chose to deploy on the hill. Because I wanted to protect the mages, and there is only one route up this hill. He begins by marching forward, seeing if we can get any advantage. Rushed out all my cavalry to protect the Blackguard of Nagaron, which I'd forgot about because I thought maybe he'd decide to rush it because it's still an elite unit. So my Velociraptor cav, as you can hear, their screams and screeches look really cool. They're a 2 hit point cav, so a very good unit. I'm just using them to screen up the advance and make him have second thoughts about rushing in with his elite sort of cavalry contingent of his Mounted Demonettes and Chosen of Nurgle. I'm not sure if the Chosen of Nurgle are slower than. I seem to remember them being rather slow but have a powerful charge, so he's made up for that by having a fast unit of cavalry in and a slow, more tanky HP cav. So he's got the kind of best of both worlds, whereas my cavalry are just kind of good all-rounders. Although I remember watching videos of other Call Warhammer players, and I think the charge is bugged for a lot of cavalry, particularly the cold ones. They don't drop their lances on the charge, which I think makes a big difference. When someone demonstrated that on a YouTube video, I think it was the Weekend Times channel. Indie Pride or Milk and Cookies Total War. I forget the name, but it was one of somebody anyway. So yeah, he's advancing with his Marauders in the front because they're a good meat shield. I've decided to send the cavalry up the hill, which is maybe not the best idea, but I'm just waiting for the right time to strike. If there was another angle I could get off this hill, then I could kind of send them round the flank and attack from the rear, but there is only one way up this hill, and I'm determined to protect the mages, because if they're in the open field, there's not a lot I can do to protect them. So I'm just kind of sending them forward a little here, see if I can get better shots. I'm also going to put the Black Guard of Nagaron to guard this gap. It may think that's a waste of elite unit, but I only brought one elite unit. The rest are all sort of mediocre units, so I wanted a strong unit to hold this gap against the Chaos forces. I think he's slowly pushing up with his Hell Cannon as well. It can be effective if you get accurate shots. Also, I think he killed some of his own demonettes by running at his own stakes. It looks there as if, I mean, I didn't do that. We got some barbecued Slaanesh demonettes there impaled on a spike. I guess they like the. Okay, I won't go there. I won't go there. I was going to say they like the penetration, but let's not go there. This is I'm trying to make a family channel, so let's ignore that last part. Right, anyway, he's got shield maidens pushing up. They're I don't know if they have multiple HP. Like, I've never used them before, so it's a bit of an unusual choice. He's got some marauders coming up, and the Keeper of Secrets is leading the charge. I believe the Keeper of Secrets has a magic attack, but I'm not sure the unit can get a good angle for the shot, because I think it has a cannon trajectory. So, I mean, line of sight is everything. Oh, and I'm finally in range with the magic. It seems to be, correct me if I'm wrong, people, but I think Dark Elf mages throw boiling oil as their projectile, and they've done an excellent job in animating the sort of burning oil that the Dark Elves use. So he's decided to rush forward with his army. I'm getting some nice shots off with the mages. I'm now targeting the Keeper of Secrets, which is taking quite a lot of damage already. So Morathi sends his regards to Slaanesh, I guess. So that's what the cult of Morathi thinks, which is the Dark Elf mage cult, I believe, in the lore. So he sent forward his mages, to, he's not mages, his marauders, to sort of test my firepower. So I'm just whittling down these units, letting them come to me, because I can dictate the engagement with this sort of mage attack. It may seem a bit cheap, but when you invest 20 grand in a unit, you want it to perform, and when you need to protect it. If I had that unit in the open field, you'd be able to charge it down with demonettes almost instantly. I like the sound effect as well. It's really cool. That's really cool. It sounds like lasers or something going off. Anyway, the Blackguard of Nagaron have now turned to face the charge of the, and my repair crossbows are now firing into the ranks of the marauders. He sees that this is a poor engagement, and I've targeted his chosen Knights of Nurgle with the crossbows. I think they're multiple HP cav, and I just killed quite a lot of them there. Oh, Hell Cannon. His Hell Cannon shot is try to target my mages. The shot landed rather short there. I think he was trying to scout for another route behind there, but I looked at that at the beginning of the battle and thought there's no route up to the rear of the forces there. I don't know if that's a poor design of map, but it just seems that the player on this, my side at least, has got a definite hell advantage on this map, so just be aware of that when you're choosing them. I forget the name of the map, but it's one of the new ones that ran, man. Oh, that was an excellent shot there. Oh dear, that was a Hell Cannon shot, and it killed about 50 men, because there's about 100 spears, 100 dread spears in a unit, and he killed 50 in one shot, so it wasn't as if he had... Oh, and here come the Flamers. Flamers are burning my Blackguard of Nagaron. So, in seeing this, I decided to rush all my cavalry and shoot all my crossbows into the Flamers, because I know they will burn through any unit if given time. They're dropping really quickly, but luckily the Blackguard seem to be tanking it. But I'm still getting some nice shots off of the sorceresses, but his Flamers are doing a number on me. He's even going to get some Cold One cavalry here, which are 2 hit points. I did order a charge on the Flamers, but they must have got tied down with the Marauders here. So he's getting some nice shots off. on the Black Guard. He's decided to send in his demonettes, which is what I want him to do, because I can get some shots off of the crossbows here, and to what appears to be naked women. I mean, they're not wearing armor; they're just wearing tattoos and they're demons, so they've got, like, I don't know if they've got good armor value, or but the crossbows armor piercing anyway. My cavalry seem to have routed most of the marauders, and they're trying to chase down the flamers, but he is doing the smart thing and kiting me away, whilst tying me up with the demonettes so I can't break through. I've sent all my spears out to try and counter the cavalry of the demonettes, because they seem to be quite a good engagement for them. Well, they lost a few models, maybe 6 or 7, I don't know. The cavalry are still trying to chase down these flamers. They're not. Can I just say that I feel that these units, if used in micro correctly, can be very unbalanced. Because when you're trying to chase it down with cav and it just constantly moves back, and you can't get it, you can't engage it, it just burns your units. Like, same with excuse me, it's a bit loud there. It's the same with Zinj mages. Like, people use this strategy and they sort of kite away with. I know that's how the unit's supposed to be used, but it seems a bit cheap if you ask me. I mean, I know I'm being cheap on a hill with a mage, but that's only the fact that I can't counter all these chaos warriors. But I've decided to commit my army now down the hill, because I've got a bit tired of hill camping. I'm not going to hill camp the whole game, but I lost almost all my cavalry trying to take out these flamers, and I'm still targeting them with mages and crossbows. Just try to engage these flamers and take them out of the picture, so we've got an even battle with Dark Elves against Chaos Warriors, which is quite an even matchup if you analyse statistically speaking. I mean, they're quite evenly matched. It's not as if one unit is going to be a clear winner. I mean, Chaos Halberds are good and Dread Spears are quite good as well. So, but all the while I'm still firing crossbows into the. I'm trying to target the cavalry, but the crossbows seem to be going for the sides of the units. So I've basically forced them into a big bottleneck. I've kind of got like a big sort of Shelltrom thing going on here. Again, he's still targeting my mages with the Hell Cannon, which I didn't think was the smartest move. See, if you'd put a shot, although it runs the risk of hitting his men, like if he got a shot right in the middle there, where all my Dark Elf warriors are, they would have basically rout, and the battle would almost be his. Flamers are down at 3 men. I've still got some cavalry, but they're routing. I think I'm losing this engagement, despite having mages fire into the Chaos Warriors. But he's his flamers, his elite unit is kind of depleted as well. I'm shooting it with crossbows, so they will drop eventually. He's got a unit of shield maidens come back. Oh, and he tries to push through with the demonettes, which is a very smart move. My bleak swords automatically routed because they were guarding the pass here, and this is where he's going for my sorcerers. This is his best chance to kill them. But I use all my crossbows. They were on skirmish. I moved them off skirmish. He's now trying to fight the sorceresses, and I've got a unit of dark shards which are depleted, I think, and I use all my firepower on the crossbows to target the mounted demonettes. And a good counter to this unit, unbelievably, is if you can get some shots off, is with the dark charge, the pure crossbow. It's armor piercing and it fires multiple bolts. Yeah, one of my mages goes down. They've got high HP, so they can still stand up to. There we go. That's 3 or 4 just dropped from one volley, and then there's another 2 volleys, and that unit's pretty much a goner. Look at that. I just annihilated a demonette unit. I have 1 sorceress left, so Marathi is still going strong. The Blackguard and Agaron retreated up the hill to stop a rush from his Chaos Halberds. So these halberds are blocking the halberds that try to make a run up the hill. And I think at this point, it seems as if this Chaos player is slowly whittling me down infantry wise. But I still have a mage and a lot of crossbows. So it's still anyone's battle. But I've just got 1 more elite superior unit. Oh, and he's still got a hell cannon that's firing shots. There's not a lot I can do to counter that because all my cavalry's dead. This is when I decide to manually withdraw up the hill and get better shots with the crossbows, because I felt as if a lot of the crossbows were either missing or not getting good angles. So I ordered all my forces to run back up this hill, like disengage. Like I didn't withdraw manually, I just said disengage, and try to get the better angles for the crossbows, because I knew that his forces would be more disorganised than mine, because I still have a unit of Black Guard and Agrond. Although it's only 22 models and dropping, it's still holding this Chaos Halberd. And again, another shot with the Hell Cannon misses. See, the Hell Cannon is incredibly inaccurate, but if you at this range, it's probably not going to be the most accurate, to be honest. It misses a lot. There's another. I think I was targeting the Slanesh Chosen there, but then I turned back to the Chaos Warriors, and now we get some amazing crossbow volleys, and the mage has got free fire. So we're dropping these Chaos Warriors that are now disengaged with armor-piercing crossbow rounds. So if you can protect the Dark Elf units, they do a lot of damage. If they have sustained fire, they can decimate units. And these units are also tired, and very tired, and fighting uphill. He did wear down most of my infantry and win that battle, but I've decided to pull back and use the cover from the mages. Nearly ran out of ammo in this battle. They pretty much won me the battle, but I can get some flanking shots now, which are a lot better than the arcing shots of the crossbow. And as you can see, it's slowly whittling these guys down. I've only got 20 men against their 60 odds. Well, close to 100. There's 40 in one unit, and then, well, 30 in one unit and 40 in another. So I mean, there's still quite a lot of Chaos Warriors on the field. They're exhausted though, and I'm just protecting in this sorceress. Although one sorceress is not going to do a lot of damage, but it's still going to do something. The burning oil is having its effect on the Chaos Warriors. So I did use kind of cheap tactics, but at the same time, he can't expect to hold out against demonettes when you're a mage, because they'll just tie them up and kill them. So he had 200 more men, but I killed nearly double, like 1400 almost to his 700. The Dark Elf Sorceress has got over 500 kills, which included the Keeper of Secrets, 570 to be exact. And then the Dark Shards got 270, and the other unit got 150. That was mostly the Marauders, I reckon, the kills stacked on that. But it was a good game. I enjoyed it. I mean, that's how you use mages. If you can protect them, they'll do a lot of damage. And it doesn't involve kiting. It involved camping, right enough. But the kiting strategy seems a bit cheap, considering most cavalry gets decimated when chasing down kiting sorcerers, like the disc ones. And the flamers as well are quite good. But that's a story for another day. This is a good demonstration of how to use mages. If you can get good terrain and good position to defend them, they will do a lot of damage. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you'd like to see more Call of Warhammer End Times battles, please consider subscribing. Thank you for watching.